This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. There's nothing sweeter than baking cookies during the holidays. With Prime, I get all my ingredients delivered right to my door, fast and free, no last-minute store trips needed. And of course, I blast my favorite holiday playlist on Amazon Music. It's the ultimate soundtrack for creating unforgettable memories. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
I've got a lot of grandbabies, like a lot. And when it comes to finding a gift for each of them, it could add up. But this year, while I was making my way through Walmart, I realized I don't have to spend a lot to get the gifts they'll love.
An OPI mini mani set! I'm gonna do so much nail art.
Oh yeah! A Lego set! My own Awala water bottle!
Ooh, and that's just half of them.
Shop great gifts they're sure to love for $25 and under at Walmart.
This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Gundam Lorecast, where we take a deep dive into the Mobile Suit Gundam series, such as the multiple timelines, mobile suits, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, pilots, to another episode of the Gundam Lorecast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend and fellow pilot, Jesse.
How's it going, everybody?
And today we are bringing you another mobile suit, and this is probably my favorite mobile. So last week we did Jesse's favorite, the Crossbones. This week we're doing my favorite, the God Gundam, or AKA for us in the US, Burning Gundam. I love this mobile suit so freaking much.
It's a good one.
You have no idea. So, the GF13-017NJII God Gundam, or AKA G Gundam, or Burning Gundam in the English dub, is the titular mobile fighter of the Mobile Fighter G Gundam, and is the second mobile suit used by Neo Japan in the 13th Gundam fight, and is piloted by Domon Kashu. Yeah. Oh boy, I cannot wait to get into this mobile suit. This is and like Gundam used this mobile suit as like a really big tie-in with a lot of other like side stuff, which is really cool. Besides the RX-78, obviously, because that's everywhere.
That's fair.
So the successor, so going to the technology and combat characteristics, so it is the successor to the GF13-017NJ Shining Gundam, the God Gundam, which I'm just going to call it Burning Gundam because that's what I know it as. God Gundam is just calling the Devil Gundam / Dark Gundam the Devil Gundam makes sense to me. Calling this God Gundam is weird. I don't know, because I've always known it as Burning before knowing it was called God in Japan. So the Burning Gundam was developed by Dr. Mikamura almost single-handedly and customized for Domon Kashu. Even in normal mode, its power surpassed that of the Shining Gundam's super mode. In addition, it could achieve even more powerful state called hyper mode. So for anybody who has not seen G Gundam, the Shining Gundam is the first mobile suit that we have the protagonist Domon use, and once his emotions get to a critical state, either like super angry / pissed off or serenity, he goes into super mode. It's essentially kind of like how it's another transformation. It's like similar to Trans Am or Wings of Destiny from like Gundam Seed, the Berserk mode that freaking Barbatos uses later in the series when him and Mitsuzuki go freaking ape and get the red eye, which is freaking awesome, by the way. I love that for the Barbatos.
Yep.
Every time I say it now, I think of Goblin Slayer, but
fair enough. I mean,
so,
to be fair, that suit kind of looks like Goblin Slayer when you think about it.
Oh my god, it does. That's not terrifying. Goblin Slayer was loosely inspired by the Barbatos Gundam Barbatos. Wouldn't surprise me. So its chest was equipped with an energy multiplier system, a unique system that allowed energy to be refined in a similar manner to Ki. When piloted by Domon, the King of Hearts emblem would appear on it and would be part of a larger system called the Artificial Ore Generator. The 6 core lander wings on its back, which was named Dream, Illusion, Bubble, Shadow, Dew, and Lightning after a passage of the Diamond Sutra, had the 2 short antennas on the head, served as a magnetic field generating device, which the 2 long antennas function as intelligence gathering devices. When hyper mode is activated, the energy multiplier opens up. The 6 wings deploy, and a ring of light appear on the Burning Gundam's back, coated in a magnetic field, and improves its mobility through a full body magnet coating. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I did not know each of the wings had names. No idea.
Also,
about that.
If you're confused as to what the Diamond Sutra is, that's a Buddhist holy text. This is not the podcast where we're going to dive into anything further on that. 'Cause I don't know anything more.
Yeah, same. That would be my Star Wars podcast, because my co-host Teacup, Austin, he has a background in religious studies, so he probably would give me more info on that. But yeah, that's not this podcast, so moving on. The Burning Gundam was armed with a pair of head-mounted Vulcan guns, a pair of 3-barrel machine cannons mounted on the upper chest, and a pair of beam saber swords known as the Burning Slash. In hyper mode, it is capable of using a finisher move known as the Erupting Burning Finger. It's Bakutetsu Bakutetsu Godfinger, or Erupting Burning Finger is what we know as in the US. A refined and more powerful version of Shining Finger, which everything in Shining Gundam stays the same. Burning Gundam is where it gets mixed up. Its forearms were covered in armor known as G Knuckles, or Burning God or God Finger Protectors, or Burning God Protectors, which were based on the finishing move of Neo Albania's Gundam fighter during the 12th Gundam fight. So, this is interesting that they had a finishing move based on Neo Albania's Gundam fighter prior to this, which is interesting because it's Neo Japan, not Neo Albania.
Right.
So that's very interesting right off the bat. So, getting into the armaments. So we do have the Vulcan guns, 2 pairs of head-mounted shell-firing weapons with high rate of fire used mainly for hindering opponents. So, weapons in G Gundam they're not used like they are in the Universal Century, how we talked about before, where Vulcans they're used to destroy like tiny missiles and stuff like that. G Fighter is mainly hand-to-hand combat. So, not many mobile suits have missiles. So, we have a machine cannon. A pair of 3-barrel machine cannons are housed in the clavicle section of Burning Gundam, and more powerful than the head-mounted Vulcan guns. We have the beam sword, not beam saber, beam sword, which is different. A pair of beam swords. They kind of are. A pair of beam swords mounted on the side of armor. Their output was higher than the ones used by Shining Gundam and could cut through Gundarium alloy armor, which is a special Gundam alloy in this universe. They were known as the Burning Slash, though they could technically be used in conjunction with the Erupting Burning Finger. During so required several times the heat and energy resistance needed by the Shining Finger sword, so such a technique was never actually used. The name used for the weapon differs throughout various media. So, beam saber, beam sword, tomato. That's kind of different.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar, but it's a different universe, so they have to be different.
Yeah, it's different.
These are the rules.
Different universe. We have the Godfinger Protector, claws mounted on each forearm. They open up when the erupting burning finger attack is performed. Used only once during Domo's rematch against Macleo Chariot to gouge out the eyes of Nero Gundam. Yeah, it's the only time he actually used the claws is during one fight.
Yep.
Macleo Chariot, if I recall, was Nero Gundam was where can't I? Oh yeah, okay.
I think it's the Italian one because it's like supposed to be like a gladiator or something. Isn't it?
It's the first Gundam fight that he was in. It was against that guy. The very first episode.
Mm-hmm.
He does a rematch with him later because he gets reinstated in the Gundam fights over shady stuff because he's, controlled by helping out with the Dark Gundam and all that crap. So, now we get into the special attacks, which is, oh boy, is there a lot? And there's a lot.
So many.
So, we have Erupting Burning Finger. So, similar to Shining Gundam, Burning Gundam is able to focus all its energy into its hand to perform a singular finisher, the Erupting Burning Finger, allowing it to rip through the solid matter and ease or project its power as a flaming energy wave. As Burning Gundam's energy output is far greater than Shining Gundam's, its forearm armor slides over its hand to form an armor gauntlet, which, when Burning Finger is activated to better control its energy. Like the Shining Finger, the finger joints come out of the manipulator is covered in a liquid metal from the joints. Unlike its predecessor move, which was used to destroy a rival's head, the Erupting Burning Finger is usually performed by plunging directly into the abdominal area of the enemy's mobile fighter, followed by the Heat End technique. Alternatively, the technique can also be used to shoot energy as a projectile. And this is where, if you watch the English dub, or even the Japanese of G-Fighter, Mobile Fighter G Gundam, Domon has a specific catchphrase he says when he performs the Shining Finger and then Burning Finger attacks. His Burning Finger is like my... oh god, I can't remember what it is now. Oh shoot. Oh no, why can't I remember exactly this? And this is like my favorite thing of all time. Let me see if I can find the quote and play it. Erupting Burning Finger, literally right on the first things. And there you have it. I love that so much. So, speaking of Heat End, we have the second stage of the finisher performed after Erupting Burning Finger. With the hand plunged into the opponent's body, Burning Gundam discharges all its energy at once as Domons closes its hand, destroying the mobile suit from the inside out. Oh, yeah. That sucks for the opponent.
Not a pleasant one for the opponent at all.
No. Now, mind you, in the Gundam fight, the pilots cannot die. They cannot be killed. If they are killed, you are disqualified, period.
Right.
So, he doesn't kill anyone with this. So, we also have the Erupting Double Burning Finger. So, a combination attack between Burning Gundam and the Noble Gundam used during the tag team match against the Skull Gundam and Ashura Gundam. Burning Gundam and Noble Gundam unleash their Burning Finger attacks to on the representative opponents in tandem. When adopted in Super Robot Wars, it is usually referred only to as double burning finger. And you're going to start seeing a lot of Super Robot War stuff because, my God, did they use Burning Gundam a lot in the side stuff.
A lot.
Like, Burning Gundam is in so much stuff, it's ridiculous. So now we have Erupting Love Burning Finger. Yes, you heard that right. This is a Super Robot Wars exclusive. This is a combination attack between Burning Gundam and Rain Mikamura's Rising Gundam or Shining Gundam, with both unleashing their Burning Finger or Shining Finger attacks on the enemy. And Rising Gundam is in the same family with Burning and Shining. They're in the same family of mobile suits. They were developed all similar to each other. We have double Shining Finger. So seen in Super Robot Wars Impact, a combination attack between Burning Gundam and Rain Mikamura's Shining Gundam, the both Gundams unleashing their Burning Finger and Shining Finger attacks on the enemy. We have the double Darkness Finger or Darkness Burning Finger, Super Robot Wars exclusive, a combination attack between Burning Gundam and Master Gundam, with both Gundams unleashing their Burning Finger and Darkness Finger attacks on the enemy. The above names are respectively used in the Super Robot Wars Impact and Advanced Portable, Advanced, and R. So in 4 different games.
So many.
Yeah. We have Super Erupting Lightning Burning Finger, a combination attack between Burning Gundam and Super Robot Gunbuster, seen in Super Robot Wars F Final Anthology comic. Gunbuster unleashes its Super Inazuma Kick attack as Burning Gundam stands on Gunbuster's soul and releases the Erupting Burning Finger at the same time. This attack was successfully used to destroy the Buff Clan's decisive superweapon, the Gando Roa 2. Yeah. This is a lot.
A weird concept.
We have Erupting Burning Slash, a technique Domon developed to defeat Crystal Mikira? I can't remember his name, of Neo-Nepal. Focusing all his power in a single beam sword strike, the Burning Gundam charges forward and slices the opponent in half. It consumes less energy than Burning Finger, and which is in the energy releasing technique. So, much easier to use. We have the Rock Breaking Sky Shocking Fist, or Seika Tenkyoken, which you do hear in the anime dub too. The ultimate technique of the school of the Undefeated of the East, which Nomon learned from Master Asia prior to the match with Short's Brooder. Of all of Burning Gundam's power are focused in both hands and releasing a massive ball of energy that obliterates everything in this path. Yeah, and we have Burning Finger, Senkaya Tenkyoken. It's the same thing, same technique. It's a technique that consists of initiating the Erupting Burning Finger first, before unleashing the Sayoka God, it's so hard to say these names sometimes. I can say it if I listen to it first in the anime, because I used to be able to see this all the time.
Yeah, like Sekia Tenkyoken.
Yeah, that's it. Boosting his power, used by Domon in the battle with Gundam Spiegel during the last round of the semifinals, not to be confused with Burning Gundam's ultimate attack, solo attack, the Senkaya Tenkyo Burning Finger.
Which Gundam Spiegel is when they're fighting Neo Germany in the semifinal.
Yeah, and Gundam Spiegel is also called Shadow Gundam in the U.S.
Yes.
Which they did add to GB4, which is fantastic. We have the Bakusetsu God. So it's the same technique, a similarly more powerful version of the Seika Tenkyoken used by Domon to destroy the Devil Gundam's cockpit, along with both versions of Hyoji Kasu, which is Domon's brother.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know that. And then we have the Seikaya Tenkyo Burning Finger, a variation of the Seikaya Tenkyoken combining with Domon's personal technique, Erupting Burning Finger. The Burning Finger is used during the Seikaya Tenkyoken and produces a giant energy hand that is used to crush his opponent. As with the Erupting Burning Finger, is followed by a variation of the Heat End technique, is often used as Burning Gundam's most powerful solo attack, used only once against Master Asia during their final battle, where Domo used it to overpower Master Asia's own hit that technique. God, man. I've been talking all night already. I did 2 podcasts prior to this, so there you go.
Yeah, I got a break in between all of my talking today.
Not me.
Doing this.
And then we do have the Saika Love Tenkyoken, which is a variation of that technique performed only once by Domon and Rain to destroy the Devil Gundam once and for all. In Super Robot War games, it's first appeared as the event of the Super Robot War F Final before being added to the proper attack in later games, performed together with Rain's Rising Gundam, or alternatively the Shining Gundam. The words Erupting or Erupting Burning Finger are usually also added in front of the attacks names in Super Robot Wars. So, then we also have another variation of it, inclusive to the video games, is performed by the Burning Gundam and Master Gundam. Both mobile suits execute the Tenkyoken on opposite sides of the opponent to crush them between 2 giant energy fists. That has to hurt.
Yeah, that sounds unpleasant.
Right? And then we have Sekai Love Londo Bell Zenin Tenkyoken, a variation of the Sekai Tenkyoken seen in the Shin Super Robot Wars comics. Burning Gundam piloted by Domon and Rain concentrate power from all of the Londo Bell team robots and members before unleashing a Love Tenkyoken attack at the Devil Gundam's OG, dealing significant damage to it.
I don't know why, but something about it being called the Devil Gundam OG is really funny to me.
Right? It's like a OG, original Gundam, like a duh. Then we have the Bushin Sapo Burning Shadow. Using energy from the hyper mode, the Burning Gundam creates multiple copies of itself, used once against Chippity to counter his Burning Machine Gun Fist, or Punch. Burning Machine Gun Punch. We have Burning Slash Typhoon, a variation of his usual Burning Slash attack where Burning Gundam spins like a top, followed by a variation of the Heat End technique used once against George Desand to counter his Rose Hurricane attack. So if you're about to notice that Domon made specific counter moves against his fellow Shuffle Alliance allies during the Gundam fights. And we also have Burning Field Dash. Once in hyper mode, the wings, like emitters, increase in power, increasing propulsion, used once against Argo to counter his Gaia Crusher after noticing the stress it was putting on the Bolt Gundam's legs. So that's 3 of the Shuffle Alliance. There's one more. We have the Shoku Hao Dendaiden. Burning Gundam charges his entire body with energy and launches itself at the enemy in the form of a massive ball of energy. Which you do see this in the anime too.
Yes.
We have the Bursting Gaia Crusher, a technique borrowed from Argo Golski. It was used during the Battle Royale together with Bolt Gundam and Dragon Gundam. By tapping into the power of the Shuffle Alliance crest, the God Gundam, or Burning Gundam, strikes the ground with its fist, triggering a seismic upheaval and raises the rocks around the Burning Gundam. It is used to create a tunnel for Domon to escape and confront the Devil Gundam. or Dark Gundam in the US. We have the Erupting Shuffle Alliance Fist, a powerful technique used in tandem with other members of the Shuffle Alliance. While in hyper mode, energy is concentrated into the user's right hands and then released together. A technique he only used once to destroy Ulbul in his Grand Master Gundam. And he was a complete jerk, by the way.
Yep. 100%.
We have Burning Strike, game exclusive. The Burning Gundam barges the enemies with punches, first seen in the G Gundam SFC game before appearing in Shin Super Robot Wars, Super Robot Wars F Final, and Super Robot Wars T, which I don't know what the T stands for. There's a lot of Super Robot War games.
Yeah.
Like, a lot.
There's an insane amount.
We have Burning God Buster, a technique seen utilized in the comic Bomb manga. The Burning Gundam unleashes a burst of flame from its arm. Fun. We have the Foon Repa, seen in SD Gundam G Generation F. The Burning Gundam riding on Foon Psyche circles the enemy at tremendous speeds, generating a large tornado before striking them down.
Foon Psyche's fun too.
Oh, Foon Psyche's great. And Unicorn Head, also seen in SD Gundam G Generation. While riding on Foon Psyche, the Burning Gundam rams the enemy with Foon Psyche's horns. Yeah. Good stuff. And yes, Foon Psyche is also in GB4, so you can make a monstrosity of different mobile suits with Foon Psyche.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's fantastic. People can actually make the Barbatoros if you really wanted to.
Yep.
Please do. Anyway, with that being said, let's take a quick mid-break, and we'll be back with more of Burning Gundam.
As a small business owner, my favorite thing about posting a job on LinkedIn is that when I hit post, I clock out and LinkedIn clocks in.
LinkedIn makes it easy to post your job for free, get qualified candidates, and manage them all in one place. Plus, LinkedIn extends the reach of your job post by allowing you to share it with your network. And hiring managers that add a hiring frame to their LinkedIn profiles receive 2 times more qualified applicants. Go to linkedin.com/achieve to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
All right, welcome to the middle of the show where we're talking about everything on the podcast has nothing to do with the lore of Gundam. Here we want to thank all of our listeners. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show and listening. And if you want to support the show, there's a few options you can do. You can go to Apple or Spotify, leave 5-star review on Apple with some words, read it out loud the next time on the show, as well as a nice Spotify comment, which we do have some this week. Let me see. Do we have any new interviews on Apple? Because Apple sucks. Which is funny when I'm looking at an iPhone.
Yep.
Right. So we do have from our What is Gundam New Types episode from Toaster28. Great show. Thanks for helping me out through work and feed my autistic hunger at work. I want to ask, what's your guys' thoughts on new types just being space autism? Is one of my favorite fan theories. I don't know how I should digest that. I mean, it could be, but I mean, it's specifically said through the series, humans had to evolve to adapt to their surroundings and be in a new environment as a space. They had to become essentially develop the skills of spatial awareness. Since there is no, everything around them is nothing. So, I mean, that's what new types are. They just have a sixth sense of spatial awareness. That's all it is. Could you bring it down to, being a type of on an autistic level? I mean, you could. Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing saying that it's not that, but
I mean, it theoretically is something going on in the brain, which is what autism is. So,
yeah.
to some degree, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, it's
Like I can
more on it's pretty objective
yeah.
of how it works and what it is and everything. It could be multiple things. And then we also have one from last week's episode from Jordan saying, "Great show. I have listened to all of them. Please do one on Atlas Gundam."
That's from Thunderbolts, and I love Gundam Thunderbolt.
All right. Well, apparently we know what we're going to be doing next.
It is a great Gundam Thunderbolt was so much fun. There's so much jazz.
So much jazz. Oh my god.
If you haven't watched it, watch the dub and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Let me see. Atlas Gundam. All right, cool. I'm making this noted on here. Oh my god, what the heck is this thing?
It's awesome. Atlas Gundam is pretty awesome.
It looks bare boned, like just a skeleton.
It has extra stuff that like straps to the sides of it, and it can like ride him as like a sled and stuff.
Oh, that's
it's like
interesting.
It's meant to be amphibious. It's pretty cool.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be more interested on like going in deep and dive into that one. All right.
Thunderbolt sits on like that edge of like the 1 year war is ending and the 1 year war has just ended.
Oh, gotcha.
Between the two that are out so far, which we're supposed to get a third one, and I'm excited.
Interesting.
So it kind of, and they left a big cliffhanger that I need resolved. So
that's fair. And then you can also support you can also find us on a few different Discord servers. The Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, where you'll find all the info of these podcasts and that I do, such as Holocron Histories, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Witcher Lorecast, and the Wizarding World Lorecast. Go check those out. All great stuff. I post basically everything on the Discords. I don't really go through Twitter much anymore because Twitter is just a hellscape anymore. So there's that. And also, by the way, if anybody wants to know, there's a new Gundam mobile game coming out. It's an SD game.
You know what? I'll take it.
I signed up for I applied for the beta or whatever you want to call it, the play test. That is, you can, if you go to the Gundam Info Twitter page or X page or whatever the heck you want to call it, you can sign up for the network test. So cool stuff. It's called SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. So, and they did post, apparently this is the second closed beta test they've done. I think they probably did one in Japan.
Yeah.
But from what I'm seeing if there was any gameplay on it. Apparently people are very excited for it. I need to follow this post, by the way.
Just quickly looking through, I don't see anything,
but it looks like there is... Okay, so it's going to be a standard SD tactics game from what I see some of the animations here. But if you go and look at the cover art, it has all Gundam series. It's not just UCs, not just like... Because most of the two SD games you can get on Steam and Switch are ones that you specifically only the UC.
Yeah.
And the other one is in there's Gundam 00, Gundam Seed, Gundam Wing, and Iron Blooded Orphans. Those are the only timelines it has. And then there's SD Gundam or SD Gundam Battle Alliance on console and Steam, and which has a plethora of different mobile suits, but it's a different style of game. But anyway,
Right.
I have nothing else to add. Do you have anything to add for the mid-break?
I was just looking at the cover art, just a quick one. You can see everything from the RX-78 and Wing and Unicorn to Turn A. So
yeah,
it should be
Shining Gundam's on it too, and is in the picture. So I'm set and done. I'm good. I'm good with it.
Fantastic.
So yeah, let's get back into more Burning Gundam.
Sephora's biggest sale of the year is on. Get 20% off the best gifts, including makeup from brands like Rare Beauty.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
20% off skincare from brands like Glow Recipe and Summer Fridays.
These are my fave.
20% off hair care like Way and K18.
I'm obsessed.
And 20% off fragrances like Valentino, Donna, Born, and Roma.
So good.
20% off your purchase, now through December 15th. Shop now at Sephora and Sephora at Kohl's.
With an hour before boarding, there's only one place to go, the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. There, you can recharge before the big adventure. Or enjoy a locally inspired dish. You could recline in a comfy chair to catch up on your favorite show. Or order a craft cocktail at the bar. Whatever you're in the mood for, find the detail that moves you with curated touches at the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Chase, make more of what's yours. Learn more at chase.com/Sapphire Reserve.
Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval.
All right. Now we're going to be diving into the history of Burning Gundam. So the GF13-017 NJ2, that's an II for Roman numerals 2, not II. Burning Gundam was developed in tandem with the GF13-017 NJ Shining Gundam for the use of New Japan's Gundam fighter Domon Kasshu. The initial plans was the Domon would fight the Gundam fight preliminaries using the Shining Gundam, then switch to the Burning Gundam for the Gundam fight finals. However, there was an unforeseen problem with this plan. The arrival of Master Asia and the Dark Gundam/Devil Gundam in the Guyana Highlands. Ensuring fight left the Shining Gundam crippled, forcing New Japan to launch the Burning Gundam earlier than planned. Thanks to the experimental brainwave communicator, Rain was able to transfer the battle data from the Shining Gundam to the Burning Gundam, making it combat ready. And oh boy, was that a whole tandem there. Holy crap.
Yeah.
The Gundam Fight Finals would see Domon practically rebuild his skills from the ground up as he fought his opponents. Many of his hacks, such as the Bushin Sapu Burning Shadow and the Burning/Typhoon, were created as counterattacks devised by his teammates within the Shuffle Alliance. The Burning Gundam would serve its purpose well, leading Domon into the Battle Royale match with his fight with Master Asia, claiming the title of Gundam of Gundams. In the end, Domon would take the Burning Gundam into space, leading the final fight against the Devil Gundam and rescuing Rain. Because Rain was completely kidnapped by the Devil Gundam and used as its host.
Yep.
It's messed up.
Extremely.
And also, like, one of the only Gundam series that you'll see adult themed stuff. As in chess-wise. Yeah.
There's a few, but it's not many.
It's a few, but not many, yeah. And this is probably I think this is the first one that they really did that with.
Yeah.
Well, the original one had, the original Gundam had nudity.
Yeah.
Just like.
They didn't care back then.
What was the 79? No one gave a shit.
It's animated, who cares?
Right. And then a variant of Burning Gundam known as Hyper Burning Gundam also appears in the manga Mobile Fighter G Gundam side story, The Next Generation. This time it participates in the 14th Gundam fight piloted by Domon student Yugo Kagami. And let me tell you this just released this year. I'm pretty sure. Nope, sorry, never mind. It released in 95. I didn't know this was a thing.
I feel like they did release something
something this year, for the 25th anniversary, or was it it was the 25th, right?
They announced something, a spinoff of it.
Yeah, it was a book. It's a light novel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a light novel of it, of the events after. I mean, this hyper mode version, the hyper version of Burning Gundam looks almost identical. It's just some changes here and there, but it's mainly identical.
Yeah, it's not a lot to it. It doesn't appear.
So, yeah, that we have there. And then we do have two variants. We have the Burning Gundam, which we just talked about. And we also have Gundam Burning Master.
Which is from a card game or something, or a strategy game or something like that.
Is a mobile fighter in Gundam Tri-Age, is a variant of the Burning Gundam.
And Gundam Tri-Age is a card-based real-time strategy arcade game based on Gundam.
Boo! That's boring. What? Oh,
there was a 3DS
That's
version.
where this comes from. If you go and watch Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise in the one of the final fights, Kyoji he was like one of the best players in GBN from in the previous anime, uses his mobile suit specifically uses the Tri-Age system, and he uses cards to get certain attacks from specific mobile suits. Now I know where that's from.
That makes sense now.
And it looks like I mean, if you look at Gundam Burning Master or Gundam God Master, whatever you want to call it, it literally looks like a mix between Gundam Wing, Burning Gundam, and Death Scythe.
Yep.
That's literally the vibe it's getting me. Because the wings on the back are like devil wings. That's so interesting. And it uses, funny enough, God Devils uses the Erupting Burning Finger and also Darkness Finger by the looks of it. Yeah. It's basically become... It combines Burning Gundam and Master Gundam, essentially. Mobile Fighter is a variation of the Burning Gundam, evolved with the Devil Gundam DG cells. However, the strong willpower of the Gundam Fighter suppresses the influence of the DG cells. Interesting. That is actually kind of cool, not gonna lie.
It's
definitely cool. Don't like the weird G belt it has around its front. I don't like that.
It's kind of funny because it looks like a championship belt. It's like the Gundam champion.
And that's exactly what it's going for. I mean, obviously that's what it's going for. So, and then last but not least, we do have notes and trivia. So, in the English dub, its name was changed to Burning Gundam due to Sunrise fears of North American viewers being offended by God Gundam's name, following an incident where employees of the retail store chain Walmart went through every box of the shipment of Mobile Suit Gundam Wing toys and removed and returned all instances of Gundam Death Scythe Hell. The name has remained for every English release game involving the unit except for SD Gundam Capsule Fighter Online, where the unit remains as God Gundam. Gunpla releases in the mobile fighter were simply as G Gundam, with the G being in the same style as the title of the show, with the exceptions of the high RM and RG kits where the name God, which use the name God Gundam. Yeah, the way to go for us being super sensitive to that crap.
And that's the reason why you couldn't get any kind of Death Scythe when we were a kid.
Yeah, is because religious crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up religious. I grew up religious and everything, but really,
me too. But
like really, that's so unnecessary. But also, it was the 90s. Pokemon was evil, apparently, so there's that too.
That's fair.
If you had never seen the famous churches, like a bunch of churches saying Pokemon's evil and stuff thing from Satan. Yeah. But it's not.
Yeah, it's.
By the way, it's not.
Just
so
for
the-
entertainment.
Right. So the dub name Burning follows the trend of other Neo Japan mobile fighter names Shining, Rising, and Shading. Which I don't know where the shading comes from. Other than its name being changed in the English dub, all the God Gundam attacks that had the word God in their name were also replaced with Burning. Domo says the following phrase whenever the erupting burning finger is used, which replaces the shining finger chant. This hand of mine is burning red, as Lauror tells me to grasp this victory, erupting burning finger, which obviously I played earlier. So, and yeah, he does a chant every single time he uses it.
Yep.
Same with the shining finger. And then a mistake occurs in the English dub when Domon was attacked by street thugs in the finals. When he goes to summon the Burning Gundam, he promptly shouts, "Rise, Shining Gundam," while in the original Japanese track it merely says, "Rise Gundam." This was possibly due to the English dub reusing sound clips from previous episodes due to their frequent use in the series. Yeah, that happens. Mind you, the English dub for a lot of the original Gundam stuff was ocean dubbed. It wasn't dubbed in the US. It was mainly Canadian dub stuff. So that's why it wasn't Funimation back in the day. Funimation didn't start dubbing a lot of things until like the early mid 2000s. So. And then in Gundam Evolve, Episode 3, Rain, Mikamura, in Rising Gundam, and Domonkashu and Burning Gundam both perform the Rising Finger and Erupting Burning Finger, respectively. However, both of the techniques appear to be the Sekha Tenkyoken, not the Erupting Burning Finger or Rising Finger. Gundam Evolve? Oh, that was the stupid live-action thing they did. That did
it
not
was like the
do
weird
well.
one where it was like... It was supposed to be like many clips from different ones or something.
Yeah, it did not. No, was this the online? It was the 3D. It was the CG one.
It was the short films.
Yeah, this is the CG stuff they did. It wasn't good.
No.
That's why it was very short lived.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we have on Burning Gundam. So cool stuff. Burning Gundam is obviously in GB4. Much like all the other G-Fighter mobile suits, we have Shining Gundam, Rising Gundam, Noble Gundam, Master Gundam, Gundam Rose, Bolt Gundam, Burning Gundam, Dragon Gundam. And then with the release of DLC, they added Gundam Maxter and Shadow Gundam / Spiegel Gundam. So 10 mobile suits from G-Fighter.
Crazy how many they added.
10. I'm
very surprised.
So freaking happy for that. So happy. And they do have builder parts based off of, I know Dragon Gundam there's builder parts for, where you can get the dragon, the arm guards that become flamethrowers, and then the flag weapon. And you can have that as another attachment on your back. But yeah, cool stuff. Do you have anything to add else for Burning Gundam, which is the best Gundam ever? Come on. Even in the cover art of GB4, one of the arms for the custom Gundam they have on the cover art is from Burning Gundam.
It is a cool one. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I wouldn't even say it's my favorite from G Gundam.
What? You're thinking Tequila. Tequila's your favorite.
Well, okay. First off, Tequila is in G Gundam technically, even though it's in the manga. Very little screen time, because I don't think it actually appeared on screen.
It didn't appear on screen. It was only in the manga.
But I also like Dragon Gundam, and I love the idea of Noble Gundam just being a Sailor Scout made into a Gundam because it's funny to me.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. It literally is. It is just a
It's literally just a Sailor Scout.
It's just a Sailor Scout. It's straight up. That's what Iggs is. And it's great. So, cool. Well, if that's all we have on this week's episode, everybody, thank you again for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. And pilots, stay safe out there. Thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share how you got into the Gundam series, and you can even find us on Twitter at Gundam Lorecast, and even email us at gundamlorecast@outlook.com.